There we go. Okay, now we're going.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to say hi and see them, you have to come right here. Well, where'd we go? There we are.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Charlie.
I know. I'll try to keep my voice up as much as I can. If it starts getting low, just tell me. So anyway, hi. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to a wonderful Master Gardener class. And my name is Charley Jordan. I'll get more into who I am, but I want to find out who you are. So please.
My name is Max Stewart. I'm in this course, as you know, also we're associated with Montgomery County Beekeeping Association.
Awesome.
And I'm Nevin.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Kim Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Sharon Lee.
Nice to meet you.
Jen Wall. Christian Curry.
Nice to meet you.
Jesse Highsmith. Emily Bernstein.
Nice to meet you.
Ed Rios.
Yeah.
I know you. All right, awesome. Nice to meet y'all. Now, I will not remember anybody's name, but I do remember faces pretty good. So, all right, well, welcome to tonight's presentation. It's going to be fun with bees. I will get into some history. So, okay, this thing ain't working now. All right, there it goes. Oh, no. There it goes. Okay. How many of you are veterans by chance? Awesome. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. My military service, I retired in 2017. I did almost 30 years in. I was part of the 160th for about 15 years of career. I've been in Fort Campbell area for about 25 years of my career. I just really liked the place, so I just stuck around. I was here in the mid-90s, came back in 2001, and I just never left. I was over in the 160th for quite a long time. I was blessed to be able to stay over there for many, many years, and I retired out of there, like I said, in 2017. And I took on agriculture as my career afterwards. All right, let me see if it'll advance. Okay, so Jordan Farms, what I own, my information is up on the whiteboard there. If you'd like to follow along with me on my social media, Instaspam, and the farm page stuff on Facebook is Jordan Farms TN. There's my farm name, Woodlawn, Tennessee, and my email address is down there. Please, reach out to me if you need any help or anything like that. That's all my contact. Also, you can go on LinkedIn. I'll have some information of that. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I have a pretty big presence on that as far as farming and agriculture. And I do a couple of other little things. So I have a fresh cut flower operation. It's indoor and outdoor. It's 5 acres total. I have a hoop house plus outdoor beds. I grow forest grown all natural mushrooms, mainly shiitakes are my specialty. I'm beekeeping also for honey and also stinging production. So they do quite a bit of that. Agritourism, do photography, camping, other events, just having people come out. You can come out and work if you'd like. I always like those. And volunteer, come out and just enjoy the flower farm. I'm an adjunct professor for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I teach aviation stuff. I don't fly anymore. I teach drone subjects and aviation law and legislation, but I don't fly anymore. Just Army has a way of like making everything kind of, after a while, not good, like camping, wearing a mask, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I don't fly anymore. I'm also into horticulture therapy, go balls. I'm part of the inaugural class, the first horticulture therapy class to go through. We graduated in August. We started in January, graduated in August. We did a residency out in UT. It was amazing. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you have a background in therapy, love horticulture, the class is starting again in January. I asked everybody who wants to do it. You don't learn about horticulture, but you learn about therapy and stuff and how to use horticulture to help heal. And I'm a master gardener. 5 years ago, I sat in the same place in 2017 and got my master gardener. My volunteer work, a project-ish, is a Fort Campbell Soldier Recovery Unit on post. I'm part of, with Carla, and some OTs and PTs from the unit itself. There's a garden out there. It's about a 120 by 60 plot. We have several raised beds. It's a volunteer opportunity for you if you can get on post. There is volunteer opportunities there. And we work with the soldiers doing horticulture therapy stuff, activities, also just going out and letting them be in the garden and just enjoy. A lot of them I've been there many years. We have some dedicated people that come out every day. Well, not every day. Tuesdays and Thursday mornings are our garden days from 8 to 9. We're fixing to cut those off and shut down for the year, and we'll start back up probably in March, April timeframe. So it's an opportunity for you to volunteer. We always need volunteers out there. We really start planting really hard in the spring, and we harvest probably about 2 5-gallon buckets every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So they had a really good harvest this year. It's been amazing. All right. So these are some pictures of my farm. There's my mushrooms. This was last year, actually. I sell my flowers at the Clarksville Downtown Market. I'm up on the top in front of City Hall, spot 72. I've been there a couple of years. That's my hoop house. That was last year. I grow indoor stuff, and that's mainly for also my bees and also for Mother's Day. A few more. I have some BWs. You can come out, take pictures with them. There's my beehives. Anybody know what that is called in front of the bees? All this stuff right here. It's called bearding. So that's a beekeeping term called bearding. And there's some more flowers, some other stuff from last year, drone shot of what it looked like. And then this was this year. I went from planting probably about 3,000 plugs. I went this year 7,500. Next year it's going to be 8,500. The beds are all growing and larger every year. I take on more customers. So next year, hopefully be a little bit larger than I am. That was my first honey harvest down in the bottom left. And I'll get into that in a minute. And that was how I set up my farm. Say again. Munch down on them, and I sell them also. Oh yeah, I hated mushrooms as a kid. You couldn't. My grandmother was from Poland, survived World War II, concentration camp, and she would go out in Florida and she would just go find mushrooms everywhere, and she'd just bring them home. I hated them, couldn't stand them. And then I started growing them, and I saw the medicinal, and I saw the benefits of it, and I started growing shiitakes, and I just fell in love with it. It's really fun. It's so awesome to go down in the fall. Like we're about to get a rain finally, and a rain, I'm getting mushrooms now, but a rain will cause, and a change in temperature will cause something called a flush. And you can actually, you can cause a flush on your own using a sledgehammer, but you need a change in temperature, and it's called a shock. And you get the shock, and that's when. So I'm expecting probably next week sometime I'm going to probably be loaded up with mushrooms. So, and that's kind of predicting right now. So we get one flush during the fall. They go away. The mycelium sleeps and does their thing, and then the spring I get another flush. And usually I harvest anywhere from 15 to 25 gallons of mushrooms at one time. So I have about 250, 300 logs. All right, so here's the SRU garden. That's Mighty Fine Ashley over there. That was an amaranth that we planted this year, turned into a tree. It's called the Adaptive Agricultural Education Facility. Those are some of the residents taking care, but you can see all our beds are nice and full. It don't look like that now, but you know, that's the way it goes. This morning it looked pretty sad. So we tore a bunch down this morning, and we'll start back up in the spring. But we usually get about 2 of those big trays of vegetables every Tuesday and Thursday morning. They take it back to the unit. They just put it out in the day room on the table, and the soldiers are welcome to have it, and all the administrative people are welcome to it. Take them home. Here we go. Introduction to bees and beekeeping. How many beekeepers do I have right now in here? Awesome. Okay, perfect. All right, so a couple of things we're going to go over: honeybees, beehives, annual cycle, and apiculture, which is beekeeping. This is a very basic course. Okay, so I'm not get into the weeds on some stuff as far as mite treatments and feeding and stuff. I'll mention stuff, but it's really basic course for y'all. So honeybees. All right, so there are 20,000 bee species globally, and only 7 of them produce honey. And we happen to have a few here in the United States. They're not native to us. We bring them in from different places. Mine is Italian bees. I picked Italian bees because they have really good honey production. They take care of the hive fairly well, but they don't attack me. And that's key. All right, you want some calm bees. Carnolians, Russians, probably don't go with those your first time around. You can find some local stuff in Tennessee and in Montgomery County. I just like the Italian ones. They've just done well for me, producing the honey for me. And also I can go in there and I work around my hives probably 5-10 feet from them, and I don't get any stings or harassment or anything like that. So it's a really good species to use. So what is it? Is that a honeybee, wasp, bumblebee? Anybody know? That right there. It's a bumblebee. It's just a little skinny. But that's a bumblebee getting the thing. That's one of his zinnias in the yard. And humans and honeybees. So you can do a Google search and find all kinds of information on honeybees. Everybody's got an opinion on honeybees. Everybody does their own thing. So, but basically, they found cave art from 6000 BCE. First domestication, which you can Google that also, was in Egypt. They used a lot of clay and stone pots. And global European honeybee distribution today, we're all over, except you can see the Sahara. But it's globally right now, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, the honeybee population is dropping. So we need more honeybee keepers like y'all. So here's the European Western honeybee, Apis, I cannot spell it, mellifera, which are pretty much what Italian bees, Carnolians, Russians, Africanized honeybees, they all look kind of the same. Your worker, smaller eyes, your queen, larger abdomen, your drone, big fat eyes. So those are your females. That's your female, and that's your male, the drone. And there's the anatomy of bee. I won't get into the full blown everything about the honey stomachs and stuff like that, but I will get into what's really cool, which is the pollen baskets, which I think are the most amazing little things that these suckers have. So when I go out and watch them, the hairs on the legs are traditionally down on the hairs. When the pollen basket, the hairs are upwards. So it actually attracts the pollen when they walk through it. They don't take it and move it to them. They just walk around and they attract all that pollen on their legs. So if you, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a big fat honeybee with a lot of pollen on its legs, but basically it's like a C-130 that's fully loaded, and it's got to land on a little part about that big. So if you're in front of that hive, you're going to get hit because they can't stop. They're just flying in and they're hoping they can land on that little ledge right there. So if you're in the way, you're going to get hit in the face. So just one of the things about it, just don't go in front of your hive. So worker, this is life, is the beginning of life cycle. The worker, it takes 21 days to go from an egg to a fully functional worker bee. A drone takes 24 days. So a drone is a male. That is a unfertilized egg. So all the other eggs are fertilized when it comes to the queen and the worker, but the drone is unfertilized. That means it won't have a stinger, but it's got something else that a guy has. But that's all their main job is to reproduce with the queen. That's all they're there for. They really have an easy life. So how